Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mohammed Balbaki. I'm the owner and developer of 2K Wiz. First of all, I would like to thank Pete Toll for giving me the opportunity once again to record a video and publish it on his channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about a new and huge feature that I've implemented on 2K Wiz. Okay, if you're not familiar with 2K Wiz, I invite you to go to Pete's YouTube channel and search for the video that we've recorded together, titled 2K Wiz, and with the description. Or you can just search Pete Toll 2K Wiz on YouTube and you will find it, and it will give you a detailed description of the tool itself. So in this video, I'll just focus on the new and huge feature that was recently implemented and integrated on this platform. So you just have to go to 2kwiz.app, okay? And the new feature is the following. So let's just like see the old feature, which has remained unchanged, just basically the displaying of the NBA players with their 2K attributes. Here, once you click, you see the advanced attributes. So, for example, Giannis Antetokounmpo has a 98 overall rating on NBA 2K25, and these are all of his attributes. Okay, the advanced attributes related to him as a player. And here you can see the description. Okay. And of course, the feature of sorting, for example, remained unchanged and so on. There was the addition of focusing on a specific cell just to make stuff more easy. And here, this has been fixed so that you know which player you selected, even if you, let's say, move around the table. Now you can move with your keypad and so on so that you don't lose focus of who you're checking. For example, here now we move to Nikola Jokic and so on. Okay, these are some small UI fixes, but this is not the feature that I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is the addition of the real-time stats feature. Okay, so as you can see here from the description, this feature adds a stats section to the filters above, which we will see in a bit, and it initiates a search with the selected filters, displaying real-time per game player stats for the current season. Okay, there's not one single tool in the market that provides this information along with the advanced filtering that 2K Wiz offer. And trust me, I did my research and you can do it as well. So now we're going to open the filter section just so that you can see it's the same one as before. But now, once you click here, okay, it does a search, which is a pretty quick search, and it adds this stats section to the filters. Okay, here we have the general stats, min max, as you've seen before in the previous sections here. For example, overall min, overall rating, max overall rating, and so on. Okay, we have the general stats section with these information, so the minimum games played and the minimum minutes per game. So this is, let's say, per season, while this is per game. Okay, the minimum plus minus, some scoring filters, three-point shooting, free throw shooting, rebounding, playmaking, defense, which are basically stocks, so steals and blocks, turnovers and fouls, and doubles, which are the double doubles and triple doubles. Okay, so it adds this section so that you can filter, and it also adds basically all of these real-time stats columns. Okay, so here, if I scroll, you will see here in blue, it's the same color as the headers here before. It means that these are all the columns related to the real-time stats. While here, sorry, in gray, okay, you have all of the advanced attributes, which we've seen before. Sorry, I mean the base 2K rating attributes and the advanced attributes. So if I hide it here, for example, you will not see the advanced ones, but let's just see them for clarity. Okay, so now here we can see that Giannis, for example, if you hover here, you see he played 26 games this season, okay, with 35.1 minutes per game, averaging 32.4 points per game, 11.7 rebounds per game, and so on. You can just like go ahead and see them here. Okay, so now let's try to filter. Basically by mixing some filters from the 2K, let's say, functionality and some filters from the real-time stats. So now we want to search for a player that played, let's say, a minimum of 15 games this season. Okay, scoring a minimum of, let's say, 7.1 points per game. Okay, shooting a minimum of, I don't know, maybe 36% of a 3 point per game. So, sorry, a minimum 3 point percentage per game. Okay. I don't want to put maximum caps, let's say, but you can do it. And for example, I want the player to recording minimum 1.6 blocks per game. Okay. And here I want to mix these real-time stats with the stats like related to 2K or taken from 2K. Okay. I want that player to be a center that is at minimum a 7-footer. Okay. And I click on search. And here, let's say if I hide this, I get these three players. Okay. Wembanyama, Lopez, and Kessler. So as you can see here, we mixed real-time stats, okay, with the stats related to 2K. Of course, here stats related to 2K, these are like real-time stuff. But I just like want you to divide between the real-time stuff and the stuff related to 2K. So now, if we want to go more specifically to see, for example, I want the minimum overall rating to be 80 in 2K. So now we're talking about the 2K ratings and the minimum defense in the game in general to be a 55. Okay. Or let's make it a bit higher, 76, for example. If I click on search, okay, here we see that the only two players in the league with all these combinations of filters are Victor Wembanyama and Brook Lopez. Okay. And of course, here, if you deselect this toggle, okay, basically it means we're saying that, okay, we're not interested about the stats anymore. Okay. So we basically initiate a new search by removing the stats filter. So as you can see, they disappeared and keeping the ones related to the 2K ratings in general. So now we're saying here, as you can see, there are only 4 filters applied. Okay. So now we're seeing all 7-foot centers, which basically have a minimum overall rating of 80 and a minimum defense of 76 in the game. So we're not taking into account stats anymore. And basically, we kind of lost the filters. So now we get only these players. Okay. If I click show real-time stats, okay, now again, it initiates a real-time stats search for the players we see here. Okay. And trust me, there are a lot of uh, basically like columns here related to real-time stats. So as you can see, minutes per game, points per game, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. You can just hover over them and you will see. Okay. So that's basically it. Of course, this feature, let me just clear the filters and initiate a search from scratch so that we get all players. Okay. So as you can see here, you have all players, which are at this stage 660. Okay. This feature is only available for the current team types because, of course, this is not something that interests the classic team types because we're talking about classic teams. At least I didn't integrate it because like I think it would be much more interesting to keep it for the current teams. All times don't have it as well, and neither do WNBA teams. So it's something, it's a feature strictly related to current teams. Okay. Now, one very important thing I would like to highlight, and it's a challenge, and if someone is able to do it, literally, like I would tip my hat off to them. I dare someone to find a site that would return these real-time stats like in a faster manner than 2K Wiz. And I challenge you the following. Okay, wait for your team to play a game. Let's say you root, I don't know, for the Hornets. Okay, wait for the Hornets to finish playing, let's say, a game. Okay, open 2K Wiz, open ESPN, open the score, open Yahoo, and open Basketball Reference and NBA.com. Okay, after 30 minutes approximately of the game finishing, okay, search for your specific team's stats. So, for example, if you're rooting for the Hornets, okay, so here, search for the Hornets, okay, by enabling real-time stats. Click on search, okay, and check for the points per game, for example, for LaMelo Ball, okay. On each site, you will see that only NBA.com and 2K Wiz have the advanced, have the most recent data, okay, while taking into consideration the last game. Not even ESPN, nor Yahoo, nor the score, nor basketball reference. No one in the market other than NBA.com and 2Kwiz offer the fastest updates, and I challenge you this. So this means that now you can use 2Kwiz as a point of reference, okay, to find and to search for players' updated stats. So let's say your favorite team played a game, like 30 minutes later, you open 2Kwiz. Okay, you see here the advanced stats for your specific players. So no need to use NBA.com anymore. No need to use ESPN. No need to use not even basketball reference if your only focus is to consult the NBA stats, because here you literally can filter anything. Okay, you can find the perfect player that fits your team, not only from a 2K standpoint. You can just, if you don't play the game, just ignore all these sections and just focus on real-time stats. Okay, you literally can find whichever player you want just by focusing on the real-time stats. So you don't need to be an avid 2K fan. You can now use 2Kwiz if you're a diehard NBA fan and you're only focused on real-time stuff, which makes it very, very interesting. Okay, so let's see another example of filters. So here I cleared, we have 0. So for example, give me, okay, let's say a young player, which is at max 24 years old, okay, for example, which is a guard, okay, and that's shooting at least 42 percent from three, okay, on a minimum of 3 attempts per game. So let's see if we can find someone. I'm just improvising here. Okay, Darius Garland is the only player in the NBA that basically that like whose age is in the range we inserted, and that's shooting for a minimum of 42% per game on three, with a minimum of how many attempts? 3 attempts per game. So let's see here. Darius Garland is shooting a whopping 42.7 percent from three, with how many attempts? Here we were talking about attempts. Okay, we put a minimum of 3 with 6.8 attempts. So he's a kind of volume shooter. We all know that about Darius Garland. So uh, I really, really urge you to use this feature. Avoid using NBA.com and other websites if your only focus is to check real-time stats, because I promise that this is the only tool on the market other than NBA.com, which offers you the possibility to have the quickest updates stats wise. Okay. And that's about it basically. So I would like to thank you all for listening. Please use it. You just need to go to 2kwiz.app. Make sure to follow us on Twitter on this handle, 2kwizapp. Find us here. I always post all the updates there. Okay. You can also find the Twitter link by scrolling down and clicking here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would just like to mention one final thing. There's a very interesting feature as well. You can even install 2Kwiz on your computer and also on your phone. It doesn't need any permissions, otherwise the operating system would inform you. So let me just cancel. So on Chrome, you just click here. On mobile, there's a specific button on Chrome on the browser. You can search for it there, and you click install. Okay, and it opens here as if it was an application. So for example, here I close it, I search for 2Kwiz, so it's now installed on my Mac. So I can avoid every time to go to Chrome and find it. So yeah, that's about it. Please use the app, follow us. And also, I would like to ask you to follow Pete Toll and to subscribe to his channel on YouTube if you haven't done so. Pete always has amazing content, and I'd like to thank him again for giving me the opportunity to show you this feature, which now you can use absolutely for free, as much as you want, to consult all of your, let's say, NBA queries. So yeah, thank you again, and we'll talk soon. Peace.